Hello, everybody. An impromptu little live today. Didn't advertise this one whatsoever,
I'm
because
here.
but we have Simon and Michelle here, because we're this Saturday, the 29th of October. We're going to be at Little Horse in Horton Kirby. We're doing another wellbeing event. Our fifth one. They just get better and better. And this one's a Hallow Eve Wellbeing Event, obviously, because we're timing very nicely with Hallows Eve before Samhain, before Halloween, if you want to call it Halloween. So got Michelle and Simon here. Michelle, who's runs Little Horse a not-for-profit charity, who organises everything, and Simon, who is going to be one of the people there. So, Simon, why don't you tell us what you're going to be offering at the Wellbeing event on Saturday?
Oh, I I'm going to be doing more talking than I did last time. But I've got a workshop. Okay, I've got a workshop, which basically means that for however long they're going to let me, I'm going to talk, and because that's kind of what I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little kind of workshop presentation based on the view over the wall experience, and because we could go walking about, but if we only got 40 minutes or so, there wouldn't be much time for walking about and any content. So we're probably going to be a bit stationary. So I'm going to take the sexy bits out of the view over the wall experience, get that punt again. And I'm going to kind of condense them into a short, rivetingly exciting presentation, which will have one or two bits of participant activity in it. And we're going to rock and roll with that. And what I'm hoping is then people are so fired up that they think, oh my God, I must get money out of my pocket and buy one of these books. Or if they
Great Christmas present.
Great Christmas present, they can buy both the books at a reduced rate, which of course we do when these events, which would be more amazing. And if we could get enough people together, do you know what? I want to do the real version of this. None of this kind of short, punchy stuff. Let's have the long, laid back, drawn out version. And because there's not actually an official one until the other side of Christmas now, we could maybe get an impromptu kind of, like, we can find a day where 4 or 5 people want to come and get involved and do this, then we can set something up. That would be really, really cool. Especially because, never mind how good I am, because I'm amazing and modest and humble, as you can tell. Normally I get up stage but I pack lunch. So that would be quite cool as well. Obviously I won't have the packed lunches with me on Saturday, unfortunately, because nobody will listen to me. They'll be eating the packed lunches, because the packed lunches are amazing. Am I off task? I'm terribly off task. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing.
Back to the event.
Also, I believe I requested some shelter. So if it does happen to kind of put down, then we can all get really, really cozy.
20 degrees, Simon. It's going to be 20 degrees.
That's cool. It's 20 degrees today. I went in the woods today, actually just off task. You'll like this one. I got some time to go in the woods this afternoon, and it was pretty cool. Now I'm sitting there at the bottom of my oak tree. It's my oak tree, obviously. Been there probably longer than I've been alive, but it's my oak tree.
Yeah.
And it's a place where I go and sit a lot. I spend a lot of time, and I'm sitting there. And all of a sudden, there's this racket kicking off, literally a couple of meters above my head. And I look up, because you do that when you hear a sound above your head, and there's 2 squirrels.
Are you going to tell a joke, in you?
No, there's 2 squirrels. One's a little bit higher up, but one of them's literally staring me down at me, like only about a couple of meters above my head. And so I'm sitting there looking at the squirrel, which is giving me the look as well. And that was really, really cool. Now, they stayed around this tree for about 5 to 10 minutes. They probably actually wanted to come down, but the bloke was at the bottom.
Did you think he was after his nuts?
But they didn't, So anyway, they went back up and they stayed around for about like 20, 30 minutes. And for a long time, about maybe 20 meters away, they were having a right old play and a right old to do all the way around. And of course, being of the kind of persuasion that I am, you think, what the hell are they trying to tell me? Yeah. Because normally squirrels don't do this kind of thing. And this is a sitting spot of mine. It's a place where I go a lot and sit there and quite often just bang away with a drum for half an hour, because that's the kind of thing that I do in woods in public. But no one's ever come up and said, what are you doing? Anyway, so I'm sitting there and the squirrels are doing their thing. I thought about it. There's two things, you know. One of them is blatantly obvious. The squirrels are always having fun, aren't they? They are always having fun, and they're totally enjoying what they're doing. And they're a little bit bonkers. And I think right now in this kind of world, wherever we are, that's pretty important. That's pretty important. But you know what? Else, whatever thing, they're putting all of their resources in lots of different places, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of different places. So I think what they're saying is, just keep your bloody chin up, because whatever happens. There's nothing you can do about it anyway. But make sure you've got all your pennies coming in from as many different places as you possibly can, because the more places you put your pennies that are going to earn a few pennies, like buy me books on Saturday, the better. So I think the message there is actually quite clear. You know, just prepare and bang down and make sure there's as many different places money coming. That's the kind of wisdom you're going to get on Saturday if I don't distract myself too much in the middle of my presentation. So, tell me we've got 5 minutes. I think I've talked for 8. Job
right. That's cool.
Yeah, sorted.
Yeah,
we know.
My name's Simon Pollard, by the way, in case you missed that bit as well.
I think we got that bit on there, and I got Simon on first because he might have to leave us. So I thought we'd let Simon speak first. So I'm going to let Michelle now have a chat or talk and tell you some of the other things that are going on. And Simon was talking about he's packed lunches. I had to be careful there.
Yeah, just stay away from cricket, all right?
But we do have
our lunchbox.
Yeah, we do have Lula Bell there, don't we?
We do have Lula Bella Bakes, and she's going to be making a beautiful pumpkin soup with all lovely spices. So really lovely autumn flavours with the pumpkin soup. So I'm imagining a great big pot, big old stirring pot, a bit like your cauldron, right? And
Cauldron, mate.
And nice. She makes lovely little cakes, lots of vegan-y bits as well, and some beautiful hot chocolate. And so we're going to be. There's going to be some nice food there at the yard for us. And for me, that's really important that food is good. I think that's probably the most important thing. So when you were saying, Simon, about making sure you've got enough, I think we're so lucky and blessed. We've got food in our fridges that's being kept cold, and we've got roofs over our heads. So we are like the richest people on the planet, aren't we, us guys? And I think sometimes we look at, a lack and kind of overemphasize the lack when we've all got so bloody much, So that's where we're going to have Lula Bella Bakes there, which is great. She came to our first Wellbeing Day. She came to the second one where everyone's stuff got blown up in there, and and I think she still sold all her stuff, but break her shelter, bless her. But she's gonna have her stuff over there. So good for that. Yeah. Simon's going to be next to Lula Bella Bakes. So
I had pumpkin for the first time this year, and it was delicious.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. What you do normally just cut holes out of it, don't you, and put a candle in it.
Yeah,
it's all right as well.
Yeah, it tastes pretty good. So lovely pumpkin spiced soup, and they're going to be under the shelter, and the shelter's big enough, I thought, for both of you. So they're going to be under the shelter. So you're going to call to the market, because as everyone goes up for Lula Bella Bakes and a lovely food, you can then throw books. You can throw your book at throw your courses at
I just run that now. Let's buy one.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, so I think it's a good spot for you, really, right in the middle of it all. So the caravan just there with the people in the caravan. There's going to be 4 different businesses set up in the caravan, some healing, some people promoting what they do. Sharon Lynn's going to be in there doing what she does. Marie Louise is going to be in there with her lovely crystals, crystal advent calendars and all of that. And then right down the other end of the yard in the barn, we're going to have some businesses set up in the stable. So we've got so angelic reiki is going to be at both ends of the yard, which is beautiful. So we're going to have this lovely angelic protection around us, and up in the stables as well we've got my mate Bev promoting our Nils Yard products. So she's going to be there promoting them, and the Nils Yard products, it's not a side hustle for me or her, it's just any money that's raised from that will just go straight into the horse feed and straight into the business bank account. So that'd be great. Ray's going to be Ray. Jane's going to be there doing her angelic Reiki up at the stables, and Natalie is going to be either in the stables or in the caravan, looking at all of our gut health products and aloe vera stuff and that kind of thing. And we're going to have our lovely face painter there as well. So our professional face painter, Ellie's going to be there, making everybody look ugly beautiful at the same time. You know, I'm sort of thinking I'm going to have a really pretty side, then a really like grim
Ugly
side, which is just what I'm like anyway.
So make a lot of money.
Yeah, no difference there. So she's going to be doing that, and I think we're all going to dress for the occasion, aren't we, Simon?
I'm going. Do you know what? I'm going to be colourful.
Good.
I have got my orange shirt.
Good.
So it's a bit like this purple one, but it's orange.
So you're going to look a bit like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
You're going to come up stage of the pumpkins.
So I'm bringing layers because if then that's going to be great, and if it's freezing, I want to be warm, so I'm bringing layers.
Simon, it's going to be 20 degrees. Just get on Google and check the weather. I'm going to do it now.
Excuse me, I'm long enough in the teeth that I'd rather have more than I need.
Back outside, didn't you? You should
take it off.
Right, anyway,
look.
Whilst they're mumbling between each other,
20 degrees. Can you read that backwards?
No, I can't read it backwards, but I can read it forwards.
Forwards, because it is forwards.
Oh, okay. For me, it's coming up backwards. That's weird, isn't it? So, oh no, it's not. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, so Saturday, 20 degrees.
Was behind that lunchbox.
What?
Sorry.
Yeah, so 20 degrees.
So, what Michelle forgot to say, Jane isn't just doing angelic Reiki. Jane is
selling honey and natural products,
honey, natural
spiced apple juice. Sorry, Jane.
Yeah, so there's lots more that Jane's.
What about tea and coffee?
Tea. Yeah, so I think tea. Well, I think you've got to bring your own, Simon. I think basically there's going to be the lady who's doing the bakes. She'll definitely be able to boil up a kettle and stuff. So she'll probably bring teas and coffees as well. I'll message her and just ask her that. But you might want to bring a flask. Sounds great. I don't drive, so sorry I don't have any transport. I would have loved to have come. Well,
but more to have face painted, definitely. I
would have liked to have face painted. I wonder where you live, because people are arranging lifts with other people. I know that who was trying to get a lift? Mel was trying to get a lift up from somewhere, wasn't she? And Angeline was trying to pick her up. So I think if you're stuck somewhere and you want to be picked up, there's going to be people that might offer to give you a lift. So if people intention is to get there, you will.
To a lady today, but
no, I think there might be a little bit too far.
Stoke-on-Trent.
Stoke-on-Trent is everywhere. Oh, that's all right. I'll just shoot up there before I muck up the stables, Claire.
No, I offered a lift today to somebody, but of course, if I offered them a lift, they'd have to be there all day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, we'll have to just come up to Stoke-on-Trent and set one up there.
We'll have to go up that way and do something up there.
The only price would be that you do the marketing.
Pardon?
So the only cost would be that they do the marketing because they're up there.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll just rock up and do it.
We'll just turn up like the 18th. And then we've got our four workshops. So obviously, Simon, you've already spoke about yours. Who else is doing? Sharon.
Shall we do in order, Sharon?
Oh, go on then. You know the order. So Sharon will be doing her workshop. Do you know what it's going to be about?
Funny enough, I actually have it in front of me.
Oh, well done.
So Sharon is going to be doing a workshop on crystal skulls, ancestors, and purpose. Yeah. So she's actually going to be bringing 1 or 2 crystal skulls with her. You know, they are absolutely amazing things that can give you so much wisdom and information. And she'll be taking you through a guided meditation where you'll be connected to the crystal skull consciousness. So that's what she's offering. Then that's at 12:30. So it starts at 12 o'clock. Then at 12, so let's show her workshops at 12:30. Then at 1:30, we have Lisa Harris, who's going to be doing some life mapping.
Well, We may
Oh,
not have Lisa Harris, but I've spoken
ah,
to Lisa Harris today, and her intention is definitely to do her very best. But our stand-in workshop person is Vivian. So Vivian's was really well, but I haven't spoke to Vivian about it. But Vivian, if not, the other standing workshop person will be me. Because my intention is not to do a workshop this time, but to take part in a couple of the workshops. I mean, that's really what I want to do. So I've tried to call Vivian today, but she's probably she's not picking up her phone, so she's probably thinking, no, get lost. No, she's not. She really wants to do it. She wants to do a workshop, but she just asked a little bit too late, and I said, I'll put you in as a standby because you never know what's going to happen. And sometimes, depending on what people are bringing in, and I'm sure that what Vivian's balance technique and the balance procedure and her cards, I'm sure she'll turn up and roll that out again for people. So and if Lisa can get there and do it, she's going to. So her intention is to, but I feel like Vivian, it'll be Vivian that's going to be there doing that 1 o'clock.
okay. So that's 1:30, and then at 2:30, you've got Simon doing his the view over the wall workshop, which he's already explained.
Yeah.
And then at 3:30, you've got Marie-Louise doing a crystal workshop.
Yeah.
Where she's going to do an introduction to crystals, how to choose the right crystal for you, how to use crystals. And she's going to give you some beads, which you can either take away with you, or you can add to a bracelet that you can make with her.
Yeah.
And then we have another kind of, not really a workshop, but after Marie-Louise's workshop, we're going to be lighting a bonfire.
Yeah.
So during the day whilst you're there, you can write
sparklers.
Sparklers.
Oh,
if you want to bring sparklers. So what we're going to be doing so during the day whilst you're there, if you've got anything that you want to burn, to release, or even if there's anything you want to bring in, then the fire will be there for you to write intentions of stuff you want to bring in, want to release, and you'll be able to throw them on the fire. And I will be taking you on a fire ceremony, probably deep into the earth to connect with the ancestors. So not only will you get the warmth of the fire, you'll also get a chance to go connect with the ancestors and do some healing, and release stuff that no longer serves you in your current life, to make you a clear vessel, really, so that you can bring in new stuff that you want to come into your life. It will be channeled, so who knows where the journey will take us or where you'll end up going. But yeah, so the fire ceremony will take place after Marie-Louise's workshop. So yeah, you really don't want to be missing that at all.
No, definitely, that'd be great. Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that's something for us to all come together. Anyone who's got a stand or business, tools down. It's the end of the day, and we all just gather together and do that service together. Yeah.
Claire, that's naughty.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Sorry.
Yeah, something to let go.
It's a throwback to a show that Graham and I do. Graham Williams and I do, called Angels and Spirits, and I have a habit when we say something about let it go, I tend to sing Let It Go, and Claire quite often watches. So
I bet Claire joins in as well.
So that was very naughty of you, Claire.
I defy any premenopausal woman to listen to Let It Go and not boo their eyes out. Yeah.
I would be all right then.
You would be, wouldn't you?
You know that feeling when you're like, oh God, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'll just put that on. No, I'm crying now. Yeah, it's brilliant.
It is. And
yeah, I do know what that's like, because I generally on the other side of it. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bless you. So I'm going to be in the caravan this year.
You don't experience it. You just witness it. You witness it.
It's more painful, I can tell you.
So in the caravan, so not only are the workshops taking place, but Sharon is going to be there, bringing her Conscious Creatures calendar. She's also going to be doing one-to-one readings and expanding consciousness sessions, and there's lots of gifts and that she's going to be providing. I'm going to be in the caravan, and I'm going to be offering, as always, angelic Reiki with an angel oracle card reading. Or if you don't want to have an angelic Reiki healing and oracle card reading, then I can actually take you into a future lifetime to meet a departed loved one. So you can actually connect with them and actually speak to them and gain some insights, or tell them what you want, anything that you have that you couldn't say in this lifetime that you want to say to them. So I'll be offering those two options to you. What other therapies have you got?
Will you be able to tell me exactly when it is I'm going to make it and be so rich I ain't got to worry about it anymore? Yes, that's going to be on April the 24th, 2023. I don't know, maybe.
I won't tell you anything.
Yeah, and how rich do you want to be? I mean, I was thinking about how when I was younger, how I measured wealth and what I thought, wealth was. And I had a real, obviously I had a passion for horses, and anyone who had horses, I thought, God, they must be as rich as the Queen. Well, now I think and I think my most favourite birthday card was a picture of a black barn with some horses standing at the black barn. And I love that card so much. I got it framed. And I really, really, and I think about it a lot. My mum actually got me that birthday card. And now I sort of look at all my horses and my big black barn, and I think that must have been, when in that really lovely childlike energy with that real joy and passion. These are the things that I've really created and manifested in my life. And also where I live, I used to drive up the country lanes up Green Street Green and into Bean, because we lived down on the Tree Estate, and we lived on Temple Hill Estate, which were brilliant places to live. And a day out in the country was a trip up to Bean. So we used to drive up through the lanes, and I'd see the trees touching themselves, and I used to think, God, this is like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Well, I drive past that lamppost every day because I just live 2 minutes up the road from there. So I live in Bean. So when I think about the things that I really felt joyous and had love for as a child, with that really loving, anything's possible energy, these are the things that now are really sitting in my life. And they're the things that, you sort of let your physical stuff define you. But these are the things that this is where my life's at and what it's all about right now. And I'm lucky and blessed. So that's how I was as a young child, defining wealth and riches, I suppose. So I suppose, Simon, what I'm trying to get at is it's whether you're coming into your whether you're able to accept that the wealth is yours and you're coming at it with that childlike energy where you're so joyous and grateful and you really believe that you're capable of having these things. So that's on you, isn't it?
It's extremely likely, not guaranteed, but it's extremely likely that my next book will be called Shine Brightly. Which came out of a tapping session I was at back in May, definitely in May, which was quite a pivotal moment. Do you know what? It's one of those. It would be nice to have enough money that we didn't have to worry about working, but stinking rich, I'm not bothered. And most of the wealth is not actually money anyway. So, do you know what? I'm extremely wealthy. I just wouldn't hurt to be a little richer.
Yeah. I don't think anyone should feel embarrassed or not be able to say the amount of wealth that they feel that they would benefit from in their life. I don't think anyone should be embarrassed.
So ultimately, then, if people who own those many horses are as rich as the Queen, how much has the Queen got? Oh, sorry.
She's got. Well, she's loads and loads of horses, didn't she? But to me, having horses,
She hasn't got any wealth now.
That's it. I mean, to us, Michelle's the Queen anyway.
Oh, well, me. Oh. Yeah, I am actually. I'm the Queen around my dining room table, that's for sure.
You're the Queen of the horse yard.
Yeah, dining table, stable.
Yeah, I'm the Queen in my own world. But it's I think if you've really got that intentional energy and your belief is is you know, pure and real, then it will come.
Yeah. And, you know, at this wellbeing event this weekend, we have, you know, we've only touched on some of the things that are going on and some of the workshops and some of the therapies and that are going on. But, you know, you never know when that therapy is going to light that little trigger that, you know, then give you that, aha, that's what I need to do. Set
Yeah.
the wheels in motion to bring that abundance you know, into your life. With you. So, you know, so the event will have, you know, will have that element to it as well as being outdoors in nature.
Mm.
And it's only £12.
Yeah.
£12 for what? 5 hours of therapists,
Yeah.
stands, workshops, fire ceremony, free parking, which is always a bonus.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, free parking's always a
Lovely
bonus.
food, good
Lovely food.
company, lovely gift. I think you could probably do all of your Christmas gifts if you wanted to. If you wanted to avoid Amazon, if you wanted to support local businesses, you could do all of your Christmas gifts. I've got a young girl who comes to our Saturday sessions, and her lovely grandma pays for her course for her, you know, and she's been paying for a year. I mean, it's a huge, you know, it's a great Christmas gift. But I think that's what she's asked for, and that's what she gets for her birthdays and Christmases from her grandparents. So I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? And she can really say that she's got her own horse, because I don't think there's anyone who loves that horse as much as this young girl does, you know. So it's lovely, you know. So
Yeah, and
so yeah.
the £12 that you pay for entry and for the workshops and the parking technically um, goes back into the little horse yard
Into their
and
bellies, yeah.
facilitated. Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about you know, when people pay that £12, they are actually helping out a charity and local
Oh,
people.
100%. So
So
I
tell
mean,
us more.
so our little charity, so we're a not-for-profit, so it's a community investment company, which means that we are really working hard to sort of open up our doors to people in the community. So we provide volunteering opportunities, we provide jobs. We've had young people working with us over this past year. We raise funding. We get funding from, you know, big lottery and things like that, and provide sessions for young people to come and spend time, you know, with the horses and sort of have their you know, their experiences in nature, where they can sort of learn to become self-aware and heal themselves, and, you know, just kind of be aware of where they are and how beautiful they are and how they're entitled to have the life that they want. So yeah, so that's what we do. That's, you know, we just all of this kind of connecting with the universe and, you know, being aware of your spiritual side is something that is really part and parcel of what we do with our Saturday group sessions. The parents that bring their children over are really aware that, you know, if there's hard energy going on, yeah, we'll all get the smudging sticks out and smudge ourselves. And, you know, lighting an incense stick at home is something that really cleans and cleanses the air for them at home. And parents are really on board with those things, because, you know, it's better than, you know, keeping the bad atmosphere going and the bad feelings going. So they really set an intention to, like, let's just change the mood and come back into what's happening right now. So all of those techniques that we teach the young people, they go home and teach their parents. So it seems to work quite well. And then we connect with schools and charities like We Are Beams. I mean, We Are Beams is a great charity that brought hordes of children over in the summer. And they help lots of families in Kent. I think they work with over 400 families in Kent. So there's sort of charities like that come over and we work with. We work with children through Bernardo's. We work through children through Kent County Council. Some of these young people are really on the back foot with the life that they've been through and, you know, the unfortunate circumstances they've been met with. And we just work with them. Being with the horses helps them to connect and find, trust and love, and have physical contact even with another living creature and not a human being, because they've lost that trust and that connection. So, and then they can start to rebuild their lives. Hopefully, don't work for everyone, but if it helps one person, then we're doing our job. So that's which is what we do.
Yeah, perfect. And this is the fifth time we've been doing this wellbeing event, and obviously it's not just the horses there, but you also get to see some alpacas as well.
Yeah, those are alpaca crackers. Yeah.
Who are pretty cute, and you get to see us, including Simon, who's also pretty cute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, what time does all this fun and excitement start on Saturday, Ray?
As soon as you get there, Simon. As soon as you get there.
I'm going to be there good and early.
Yeah, that's it then. Yeah,
it's for those that are coming along. It starts at 12 o'clock. Is the time it starts. And so literally 12 o'clock it starts. Therapists start working at those times. I'm already booked up at 12 o'clock. So
someone else has messaged me about booking you today, so I'll share those details with you in a bit.
Yep, lovely. If you want to book a therapist, so with me or with Sharon, or I forget who else is. I forget who else. So just look on the page.
Yeah. So some people are promoting their businesses, and some people are actually offering therapies there and then on the day. So yeah, you can book. I'm offering 2 equine therapy sessions on the day as well. So again, at the same price that everyone else is offering their services for. Yeah, you can have sort of card readings, can't you? You can have sort of the readings with, if you're gonna buy a pack of oracle cards, and then you have the person that's actually drawn and created them, and actually doing your card reading, I think that's pretty special. So Sharon doing that, I always think that that's a really special thing. And you could book angelic Reiki with either yourself or with Jane. A therapy session with me, and then you've got all these meditations going on. So yeah, I think people are going to be quite busy on Saturday, with people wanting to have sessions and stuff. So yeah, I think it's gonna be lovely.
Yeah, and of course, as said, we'll be ending the event off where we'll be round the bonfire, and I'll be taking on a guided meditation, which I may even record. If I can, I will try and record it, so that I can then put it out for people to listen to, so they can actually.
So Claire can get it up Stoke.
So basically, Claire, yes, and Tantara. And anyone else who's watching on YouTube or Facebook, and I will then put it together and I'll post it. So even if you can't be with us live, we can still include you in that energy. And because all the therapists and the stall holders will all still be round the fire with the people that have come along, the energy will be so amazing that it will come out within the guided meditation. It's well, and Claire says absolutely lovely stuff too. Well done, such beautiful souls. Oh, thank you so much, Claire. That's lovely words for us. So have either of you got any last minute words you want to say before we wrap up?
No, that's good. So yes, what time are we planning to finish then? After this bonfire and the meditation, probably a couple of hours.
Yeah, just when people want to go, they go, wouldn't they? We're just people can just filter off as they need to. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing day. The last one was absolutely superb. In fact, we started earlier last time, didn't we?
We did.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. We started about 11:30 last time.
So I remember getting up there about 9 o'clock last time.
I'll be there early. I'll definitely be there early because I've got yards to tidy up. But
So, but the last one was amazing, and what was unbelievable was it was kind of like, are we all done already?
Yeah.
We've only just been here. We've just set up. The day went like
It goes
just
so
zoomed by.
quickly.
It was just, it wasn't. I mean, there was enough people there. There was always someone to talk to. There was always someone to have a chat.
Yeah.
There was always something to sort out. There was always something to do, and it just went like an absolute flash. And so,
Yeah. I mean, even if you don't come and visit a therapist or visit any of the stands, you've got these workshops that you can attend for 12, 4 workshops plus the fire ceremony. So that's five things really for your £12. And if you do want a therapy, then what we're doing, we're charging £20 for 25 minutes. So, it's a fraction, it's a really good discount for you. If you come along for the event, and it's kind of like a thank you really for you to actually taking the time to support Kent Equine facilitated learning. It's our kind of like gift to you by offering our therapies at a fraction of our normal costs, as a thank you to you. And Claire says that we really need to go up to Stoke.
Yeah, we do. Oh, this is what I was going to say. At our last few events, we've had people that turn up and it doesn't, and it's okay. Like, it's totally okay. And they promote what they do, but they haven't booked a stand, and they haven't, because, there is an intentional energy, isn't there? There's this kind of, I just wanted to, this is with love. I'm saying this with love. So if there are people out there that are coming and they can't maybe afford to book on like we do and that type of thing, and they want to come out and they want to give out cards, what we'll do is we'll set up a table for people to just put their stuff on. So if people want to come and sort of, this is my business, this is what I'm doing, I'm in the throes of having this idea, I've been running my business for 6 months, I just want to create more clients, there's the table, there's to put your stuff on. So I don't want people to feel like they've got to go around telling people, oh look, this is what I do, because they're not getting the whole story across. So, and if anyone at the end of a workshop wants to share their business or promote what they do, then lovely, because we're all at different stages in our business, and it's always nice, isn't it, for somebody to give you a little bit of a leg up and a little bit of support. So again, this is us giving back. So we're giving out, but we're giving back as well. I mean, I think somebody said that she wanted to give out emailed me about free Indian head massages. And I said to her, if you set up a stand, I will pay you in advance to give me an Indian head massage. And then, someone else I was sitting next to, I'll pay her as well. And I'll pay, so it's having that intentional energy. But if someone was to say to me, actually, I do want to do that, but I can't afford to do that in advance, but I'll give you the money at the end of the day when I've collected the money on it. Yeah, okay. If you want to do it on tick, love, I don't mind. And if you want to bring your cards and promote your business and just put them on a stand, then put them on a stand. Because I think with so much going on, people don't remember when people are sort of going around and saying, oh, this is what I do as well, and sharing. It's really good, isn't it, for people to have a platform to sort of say, oh, I've put my cards on that table there, have their conversations, my cards are on the table, and that they feel, happy to be there and to share. They've paid their 12 quid to get in, and they're doing the workshops as well, and then they want to share their stuff. Of course, like, we're going to say yes to that, aren't we? We're going to say
yes. There's no such thing as a competitor. It's just somebody you can be able to collaborate with. Really.
No, definitely.
Exactly.
We're all in this race, aren't we? And we want to, cross the line at the same time. So, it's
we're all going to hold hands and run over the field and jump across the fence together.
Yeah, we are. Let's hope the horses don't join them, because
we are indeed clothing. We will be clothed.
Yeah,
we're up to that again, aren't we? Can't get away from it.
Yeah, Michelle's come onto the telly naked. Oh no, she's not. She's wearing clothes. Yeah.
Do you know what? I think probably most people would rather I kept my clothes on. So
on that note, I think it's time to end this conversation. So those of you who've been watching live, thank you so much for joining in with us and saying hello, and thank you so much, Claire.
It's been a challenge, but well done. You've made it.
Exactly. And Claire, just to let you know that Graham and I will be back doing Angels and Spirits show on the 8th of November at 7 o'clock. So just so you don't miss out on that one. Yeah, we'll be at the Wellbeing Event this Saturday, the 29th of October at 12 p.m. Do come along, do share. Invite people along with you. It's great when groups of friends come along because one can be having one therapy, one can have another. Then you can swap over. You can do the workshops together, and it's amazing. I'm back for the 5th time, so it is. Yeah, I know. So take care, everyone,
Yeah,
and
thank
I
you.
will
Thanks for
see
doing
you
this, Ray.
two on Saturday.
See you Saturday.
Cheers, Ray. Cheers,
Thank
Michelle.
Take care. Bye.
Yeah.